We're back.
Back.
And,
Round two.
and you've got a microphone now.
Finally. I don't sound like I'm talking through a tin can. I hope.
Sounds a lot better. It does. It sounds a lot better. I've got some notes for today's episode. A couple different things we could hop into. I don't know where you want to start, but I've got the irons. Got those in the mail. Been using them on the sim, so got some feedback on those, and then I've got a little bit of a challenge I'm gonna throw out for us and see what you think about.
Nice.
So what do you want to start with? You want to jump into the irons, or you want to hear about the
I
challenge
don't.
first?
Let's hear about those irons. I want to hear about those irons, and then we can kind of hear about this challenge you got cooking.
Okay. So the irons, again, they're the Strixon ZXi 5s, and I got them last week sometime, and I've been hitting them all week. They've been feeling really good. I've been in the sim more probably this past week than I have since I moved into the apartment. I, I had another
New
buddy.
irons will do that.
Yeah, I had another buddy over, and he and I played like uh, I think we stopped on hole 14 or 15. We played like 14 or 15 holes, and then I was just
Nice.
like, I'm gonna finish it out. So I ended up just finishing the round on my own, and then I went to like the driving range on the sim and probably hit for another 30 or 40 minutes. So at least
That's
in one night,
crazy.
I played for probably at least 3 to 4 hours on the sim. Well, all that being said, I feel like I've got a pretty good kind of feel for them, and so far I'm loving them. I love how they feel. They've been feeling really good. The graphite shafts, I'm still a fan of those. Still love the weight on that. Still also really enjoy the oversized grips. I was telling you last time, I had mid-size on my previous set, and then for this set, I went up to I think it's called oversized, and then like the next is up like the jumbo ones. But I got
Nice.
oversized this time, and I really do like that. I feel like that's just like the perfect size. Anything bigger would be too much. Like it wouldn't be. I don't want to feel like I have a good grip on it. But when I hit the oversized on my irons and then I go to grab a wedge, I do feel like it's almost a little bit tiny, and I don't like the mid-size as much.
Yeah.
So I feel like kind of plus I had mid-size all last season, so I definitely do feel like I have a pretty decent comparison so far, and I really am enjoying the oversized. Then the shafts, those are great. I got they're like high lofted, the KBS ones, like 100
Okay.
gram extra
Yeah.
stiff, graphite, just like kind of the regular
Nice.
ones they put in them whenever you select graphite. Those have been great. And then, I mean, the biggest thing I would say is I've definitely noticed a distance increase in
Yeah.
in hitting them. Like, especially when you hit the sweet spot. So, like, they're like that step in between the beginner's iron and like the player's iron. They're kind of like that middle handicapper. And I would definitely say that I'm hitting them a lot farther than I was hitting my Tacomas. I was hitting my Tacoma 7 iron maybe like in the 160s, like kind of
Hmm.
consistently. And I've been striping this, at least on the sim, which obviously I need to get it out on actual turf and like on an actual driving range. But like when I am hitting the 7 iron right now, it's going like 185, like 190, which is like
Nice.
pretty it's pretty far from my 7 iron. I mean, we've played a lot together.
Hmm.
For me, like I was typically pulling a 6 iron, maybe even like a 5, trying to just hit a smooth 5 at around 200 yards. It's like a whole club up. So instead of pulling like a
That's
smooth
awesome.
5 or a hard 6, now I'm pulling like a smooth 6 or a hard 7 at like that
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
190-ish range.
You were telling me that you're learning. I know it's hard to feel, but you're learning to generate a little bit more compression with these irons too, which I think that will increase your yardage exponentially. It is ridiculous how much generating compression does help with that.
Yeah, so this is like it's like embarrassing to say I've been golfing for 2 years and didn't realize like how to generate the compression at the top of your swing. But I was like, with all these hours in the sim, I've been just like hitting balls and like just with all the different irons, and I've just been, putting in a lot of work just on the driving range, just looking at the numbers. And I don't even know, it was like my 7 iron or 8 iron, I don't remember which iron it was. It was like one of those mid irons. And like I was swinging, and at the top of one of my back swings, I, like, kind of hinged the wrist, just kinda, like, broke them just a little bit, like, a little bit of a hinge. It's kind of hard to describe, and I, like, just followed through with my swing, and it was, like, 10, 15 yards further automatically. So then, of course, I was stuck there for, like, the next hour trying to figure out, what I had done. But, yeah, I was kinda figuring it out. I thought I was hitting down on the golf ball before, like, they always tell you with your irons, you gotta hit down on the golf ball, and I thought I was, but now that I'm, like, looking back at it, I was definitely not. I was, like, scooping it off the turf and, like, just kind of
Mhm.
launching it into the air because I wasn't getting that downward, stroke through the ball because with this, the hinging of the wrist, it's kind of getting that club head back just slightly further in my swing, and then as I
Mm.
go through, I can, like you can feel it. It's hard to describe, but you can feel when you got that compression on that downward swing, and it, like, almost, like, pinches it feels like it, like, pinches
Yeah.
the golf ball against the ground and just launches it out, and so that's, like, also been huge. So I don't know if it's the irons or if it's just that I'm kind of developing how to get a little bit more compression in there, but I, like, unlocked that. I felt like I'd turned a new
Mhm.
page. I was like, "What just happened?" And then I was, like, stuck there just swinging, 30 more shots with a 7 iron trying to figure out
Yep.
how I got that compression.
I That's funny. It does take me to whatever makes me think of a story about whenever we had planned that golf trip to go to the Memorial Tournament, and, basically, I had bought Tacoma irons for this trip, basically, literally for this trip, and they said, "Oh, it'll be here, it'll be here." This is also when Tacoma was going through this, like, massive, like, backlog of orders, and they said they had, like, 2 or 3 left when I ordered it. They didn't have 2 or 3. They bamboozled me, and, dude, I had to go play this golf trip that we went on with my old terrible irons, and it was not fun, but I think you remember that last day, I was struggling. I was having a rough day. I think I was hitting everything off the toe. It was just terrible. And those irons were awful. And then I got back, and the box is literally sitting, right inside the door. I'm like, "Man."
Yeah,
I
I
go back, and I hit one 7-iron shot just off into the woods, and I was like, "Oh my goodness." I was like, "Where has this been all my life?" But it is funny,
yeah.
just that new iron feel, that new iron where you get it out and you're like, "Oh, you can feel the difference." You can kinda like it's nice. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I remember you were cozzling a bunch of them that day, and you were so upset, but it's like, I think it wasn't even the fact that you were cozzling so many of them. It was just, like, from the start that you knew you were using these bad irons that you didn't like because your package didn't show up in time.
Yeah.
It's like, if you
Yep.
didn't think you were gonna have your new Tacoma irons to take on the trip, you wouldn't have
Mhm.
been probably as frustrated about it, but you're like, "Ah, man, I'm out here using these bad
Yes.
irons and hozzling everything. I was supposed to have had my good ones by now." So,
But that
I
new iron feel, I think I spent hours and hours just in the backyard with the net, just hit after hit after hit. It's good.
you ever
It
seen
is.
Go ahead.
They say like new equipment doesn't improve your game. Like it's new improve or new equipment. Like it gets you out there practicing, which you know
Right.
maybe does. It maybe does improve your game.
It might not be the technology and the equipment that
Yes.
improves your game, it's the fact that you got new equipment and you spent 10 times the
Yep.
amount of time practicing with the new equipment.
Very
That's what
true.
that's 100% an increase in, skill level right there just with the extra practice time.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking at with the new equipment, like, like, all the grooves and everything are, like, fresh and clean, and so you can, like, see your impacts and everything really well.
Mhm.
Well, it's like, I've seen the clips where, like I don't know if you've seen them where they slow down at super, super slow speeds when you hit the golf ball, and you can, like, even see, like, some of the flecks of, the plastic from the golf ball. Well, I, like, it was hitting the 7 iron, and this was, like, when I was learning how to generate the compression. I remember looking at my 7 iron, and I had, like, all these little flecks of, white plastic in my grooves from the from hitting the
Fresh
7 iron.
cut grooves, man.
I was like, "I don't think I've ever seen that before." That's crazy to be seeing
Yeah,
fragments from the golf ball stuck in
that's
the
awesome.
grooves of the club.
I think that's why they say, like, buying new wedges are so important, because if you buy, like, used or old wedges, which you can like, I got a really nice 52 that was, like, lightly used, but, that is one club that I think you like, makes a big difference whether or not you buy it new or used. Like, you can't generate the spin that you need with used, like, older, banged up wedges. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that that's one time that I would say, like, yeah, I think that that is a good idea to, like get new equipment would be with your wedges, but I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely think, like, once you get to that skill level where you can, like, actually, like, generate spin and you kind of, like, know how much spin you're trying to put on a golf ball,
Mhm.
like, having that extra, which I don't feel like I'm there yet. I don't feel like I can, like, make a golf ball rip on the green or anything. If I do, I'm like, "Oh, that was lucky. Look at that. That was pretty cool to see." But as you get better, I do think those higher skilled players do talk a lot about how important it is to keep the grooves on your wedge clean and then also lacing
Mhm.
your wedges more often because
Yeah.
the spin on your wedge is really where you are, like, trying to actually, use spin a
Mhm.
lot more than any other club. But
100%.
yeah, well, that kind of wraps up the irons that I was gonna tell you about. I don't really think I had much more news besides the fact that we need to get together sometime and take them out on the course
Mhm.
and
Oh,
try them
yeah.
out. But
Oh, yeah.
kinda going into the little bit of a challenge idea I have for us. Right now, I'm calling it the Winter Simulator Invitational. So, I don't have a if you got a better name for it, throw it my way. But here's the idea, then we gotta kinda work on this and flush it out and improve it. But the initial thought is that we're gonna have it's gonna be 9 holes, okay? Every so we're doing episodes every 2 weeks, so in between every episode, we each have to get to the simulator once, and we play 9 holes. It's gonna be match play because you and I both know stroke play on simulators can just be abysmal, like, you can have a blow up hole, and it's hard, like,
Mhm.
if you're get stuck in sand and stuff like that, it can make simulator golf really miserable. So we're gonna do 9 holes, match play, and that's kind of what I have figured out.
Okay.
What I
Terrain on or off?
terrain on is kinda what I'm
Okay.
thinking. Because
Alright.
rough, you want it to, like if you hit it in the rough, you kinda want it to affect
Yeah.
the distance, but that's kinda why we're doing match play. Because I know some of these courses, like, have steep ravines and you can swing all day and you'll never get out of it, so that would just be, like,
Right.
concede the hole. But so that's
Yeah.
kinda what I have. I know we wanna do 9 holes and I wanna do match play. Some of the things we need to look at are, like, what kinda gimme distance do we want
Yeah.
on putts? Because putting on a simulator's I wouldn't really say it's all that fun. It's not very accurate. I don't feel like it really improves your putting. I'm thinking my kind of initial thoughts somewhere in, like, the 15 to 20-foot gimme range because, like,
See. Okay.
I know, like, 20 is probably a little much, but at least, like, 10 to 15 is where I'm thinking because,
Yeah.
like, if you chip a shot, like, 10 to 15 feet, like, yeah, you might not hit that putt in real life all the time, but, like, to lose it because you hit a really good chip shot or a really good iron shot, and then, like, you're, like, on just, like, an absurd
I
green
see what you're
where
saying, like, if you're on the other side of the green and you gotta putt up there and it's like, yeah.
right. It's like you don't wanna 3 putt, like, a 10-footer on a simulator where you probably wouldn't do that in real life, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
my thought is
I like the 15, 10 or 15, I don't care. 20 feet might be a little crazy, but, like, I think 15. 15's good.
okay, I'm gonna write these down because we're gonna have an official scoring and everything here. So we're
Okay.
gonna do 15 feet for the gimmies. Okay. The next question I had is how do we want to establish who's gonna pick the courses and tee boxes? My initial thought was that you could just alternate. I'm thinking of doing this to like April when golfing weather's back in. So like
Mhm.
between now and April, January, February, March, April, 2 episodes a month. That would be 8 rounds. So it would be an even flip flop. But then my other thought was like if somebody's getting beat bad, do we just want to let the loser pick every time because then it kind of gives them like maybe a little bit of like an advantage going into the next one, or do you think just keep it even
Mhm.
and like just flip flop who gets to pick the course and tees?
I don't know. That's tough because 'cause I'd be tempted to say winner gets to pick, you know what I mean? Because then you're getting a little skin in the game, but you know what I mean? There's a little it oh, man. I don't know. I think flip-flopping's fair. I think flip-flopping's fair. Like, if you lose, you lose. Like, that's on you, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta
Nope. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree with that. My only
Mhm.
thought was like if you like are the loser and you can choose the tee box and like course, you can kind of maybe do it something that favors your
You could
game
do
to get
tee
some points back.
boxes. No,
But
that's fair. You could do loser chooses tee boxes, you know what I mean? And then that way, it's a little
I think
more
we can
fair.
keep it flip flop. I like the
Yeah.
flip flop. I'm gonna get 4 chances. I need to make the best out of those 4 chances, and I
Yeah.
need to try and take one of yours. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes
Mhm.
down to. In theory, if you get to pick 4 times, you should be picking 4 courses you're pretty confident and tee boxes that you can win from. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then it's just like I'm trying to beat you at your home course once, and you're trying to get me at mine
Mhm.
once. Whereas, like, if I'm, like, losing every round and I keep getting to repick the tee boxes and stuff, the pointage is the way I have the points set up is it's gonna be weighted more towards the end of the challenge, like, the points increase as we go, so I think that's kind of unfair if the loser
Gotcha.
just gets to keep picking.
Okay. What if what if we tie?
I We gotta get to that.
Because I got
I
an idea. I got
I
an
have some
idea.
ideas, but th let's we'll get there. Alright, we'll save that.
Okay.
We'll figure out the tie. So we're gonna flip flop tee box and course. So like we'll flip a coin or something here today to decide who gets to pick the first tee box and course. And then, we won't try and figure it out like on the episode because like I don't know what software you're using versus what I'm using. We might have to like kind of mess around until we can find a course that's
Yep.
on both of them. For example, I would send you a message, we're playing the back nine at Banff Dunes from the
Mhm.
Reds or whatever, and then like that's what is gonna be like what we're gonna go through on the next
Yeah.
episode whenever we both have played that. Um, do we get any mulligans? Do we wanna do any mulligans?
Win a mulligan. You could have mulligans as like your that might make it a little just a little, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I feel like yeah, I feel like we're both, like, pretty equal in game right now, and so it's like
Yeah, I don't
I feel like it's like I don't wanna, like, do something that, like, gives the person who lost last week, like, a super high advantage because I feel like either one of us could easily come back for
yeah.
win next week. So if we do mulligans or something, 2 mulligans or something per round just in case, like, you duff it in the water or hit it, like, OB or something on, like, 1, if you do that, you're pretty much just gonna concede the hole. I
Right.
mean, you could maybe get up and down, like, definitely gonna try, but if you don't, you're
Mhm.
probably gonna end up with a double or triple, at which point, unless the other person did the exact same thing, which is possible. But, like, if you each
Right.
had 2 mulligans and you both hit it in the same part of water, then you're just gonna both probably use a mulligan and try and get
Mhm.
up and down, so either way, I guess it doesn't really impact anything. So probably no mulligans.
Yeah, no mulligans. It also makes it tough, like, to keep it
Right,
honest. You know what I mean? Like, you're like,
right,
"No, I didn't really use my mulligan. I didn't,"
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Like,
0
usually just
mulligans. We got 15 feet for gimmies. We're flip flopping picks, and we got 0 mulligans. Those were the questions that I had. So we're at 9
okay.
holes, match play, 15 feet gimmies. We're flip flopping choices, and no mulligans. This is the scoring breakdown I had, and then obviously whatever you think. So what I had is it's 1 point per match through January and February. So that's 4 matches. The first 4 matches are going to be 1 point apiece. So we're playing for a total of 4 points between now and the end of February. The 2 matches that take place in March are worth 2 points, and the 2 matches that take place in April are worth 3 points. Okay?
Okay.
So that brings us to a total of what? So we're at 14 points. So that kind of brings us to the end of it where we can potentially both end up in a situation where we've each won 7 points at
Yeah.
the end of the series. And that's the last question I had. What do we want to do for a tiebreaker? My initial thought was like an 18-hole match play in in person. We meet up
Yeah.
somewhere in person, 18-hole match play, and we just
Yeah,
duke it
yeah.
out.
That's what
Okay?
I think. I think, when would we end? We would end that when did you say it ended?
It's gonna end in April. The last episode,
April.
so the last week of April. So like May would be when we need to get together for a
And
tiebreaker.
that's when we should be going on our I mean, the next month, it's kinda end of the month, but we could do it because end of the month is the Memorial Tournament, and we're probably gonna go. So,
I'm right there.
yeah, that's what you're
Yeah,
thinking?
yep,
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
it's a little wait, but you build a little bit of hype, and then
Yep.
dude, I kinda hope regardless, we have to do something
Oh,
at that yeah,
we'll come
yeah.
up with a new challenge if we don't have something like
Yes,
to go
yeah,
on.
if we
I'm
don't have
kind
a
of hoping for
tiebreaker.
the tie too, and
That's what I'm yeah, yeah.
I 100% see it being possible that we end up in a tie. Like, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think there's any question that we're both at the exact same like skill level right now. That a tie is like
Yeah,
in the cards.
out of
So
the question.
kind
Yeah.
of hoping for it.
Yeah, yeah. The
Um,
tough thing is this is the tough thing is right now I am trash on a simulator with a driver. I don't know what it is, but I get in my head about hitting off of those weird tees, and it throws my driver game off. But usually I'm a little bit of a stronger driver, and Bretton's we're kind of similar with the irons, pretty similar iron skill level. Now that you've got the compression down, and then I might be if I'm on, I'm a little bit better with the chips, and then Brenton's a way better putter. So it's kind of sad that he's kind of handicapped here, which is like a little bit unfortunate, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, I agree
But
that, like, the putting's probably where I got the most distance
mhm,
on you, but that's where I think, like here's the thing, your driver is much better than me on a real course because we
mhm,
don't play these super hard courses that they have on the simulators. Like, a lot of these simulator courses, if you're hitting errant shots, you're gonna get penalized for it, so I don't have the distance that you have with the driver, but I think I can get, like, a good 230, 240 drive out there
mhm,
and still be playable. I think that that'll kind of help to balance that out, whereas where I might not, like, get to use my putting, which is where I feel like I really excel. I do think that,
mhm.
like, the simulator does help me kind of balance out the driver a little bit versus,
Yeah,
like, playing on a real course where even if you, like,
yeah,
hit a bad drive, we still can typically find it and play it.
right. That is true because you're. It's tough to say I'm like better with the driver because technically I don't even know if I am. I just hit it like further, but I'm not as accurate. You're way more accurate than I am. So it's like, yeah, I hit it far, but it's not guaranteed middle of the fairway like hit. I mean, when it is, it's great, but when it's not, it's not.
When it's good, it's good, and when it's bad, it's bad.
It's bad.
So I think that nails down, like, the scoring and everything, and then the last question is, what does the winner get? What are we doing for the person who takes it all home? We tie all the matches, and we go to the 18
Mm,
holes in real life, and you
yep.
secure the bag. What are we playing for here?
So this was my initial thought. I think if there's no tie, if there's no tie, then loser has to pay for the round, like that
Okay.
we go to,
The
that we go
18-hole
to.
match that we're
Yeah,
gonna play.
yeah. That will. If let me think. If it's a tie, I think just like, and then we play at the end. I would think that I don't know, maybe just like a nice dinner. You got to pay for like a nice dinner. You know what I mean? Like we're not trying to get crazy expensive. We're
No, no,
not.
no.
I mean, I'm in college and you're
We're
you're
not like
newly
that yet.
married. Like we're not balling right now. So
Uh,
we got to be
I
a little
agree.
careful. But I think that that's a good.
I was thinking of dinner somewhere or the golf polo from the course or something at the end of the
Mm,
round or head
true, but
cover or something, but even then,
yeah,
those are
you
still
know how
probably
much
gonna
they
yeah, they get
charge at
up to,
those
like,
things.
$90 for a polo.
They buy themselves an off-brand athletic material thing, slap their logo, and they're like $80. Take it or leave it. That's
The
your
loser
decision.
the loser has to buy, uh, the winner a golf polo with our logo on it from the podcast. Mm.
Yeah, cheap athletics, slap the logo on that charge.
Exactly. Oh,
That is
man.
true. That would be sick, actually. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. That
I
would
think
be that'd be nice.
I like that. Either that
Yeah.
or the dinner. I don't know. We can
Yeah.
still think that one through.
Mhm.
We'll look and see how much it's gonna cost because a lot of times you have to order, like, a bulk. They want you to, like, buy, like,
Yeah.
5 or 10 shirts or something. So,
Right.
if it's gonna be like that, then maybe we just do the dinner. But if we can get, like, a
Mhm.
little logo golf
Yeah.
polo or something, that'd be could be cool. But,
Oh
okay,
my word.
so it's on. So let's flip a coin. I'm gonna get Siri to do the honors. You want heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. Flip a coin. Oh, she didn't say it. You said heads, right?
Yeah.
Says
Yeah.
says heads.
Heads.
Can't see it, but
Okay.
you won.
Sound
It's
okay.
heads.
For
Okay, so it's heads. You are the winner. You get to pick
choose.
the
Okay.
first the first course. You got to tell me which whether or not we're playing the black nine or the front nine, and you have to tell me what tees you're
Okay.
going to play from.
Okay.
And then we're both setting up our simulators. We're doing, like, regular weather, obviously, we're playing
Yeah.
course conditions, we're playing 15 feet gimmies and, no mulligans, and then next,
Terrain. Yeah.
ne
And
yeah,
terrain on. Yeah.
correct, train
'Cause
on,
it's a, yeah, that's a
and
big
then
difference.
I'll pick the next one. So that means dude, that means if it comes down to the last round matters, I'm picking the course in the tees.
That
I
means
like that. It's
you
kinda
get
like
last.
yep, it's kinda like
Yeah, that's
kinda like NFL where you, like, sometimes you gotta choose to kick it because you won it at halftime.
yeah, I'm not a fan. I shouldn't have gone first. I'd rather not go first.
Uh, but alright, so you gotta think that over, shoot me a text,
Yeah.
and then, next episode, we'll both played it, we'll get on. You keep, like, notes on your phone or whatever's easiest, and then we'll
Yeah.
get on and we'll duke it out, like, we'll read through, like, kinda you don't have to give me a
Mhm.
shot by shot, but we'll kind of, like, read through the whole kind
Yeah.
of, we'll describe it, whatever, it's a dog leg left, whatever, and
Yeah,
we'll see who
if we're
wins.
able to, we might have to, like, do, like, a phone call or something, like, while we do it. I don't know if would be possible, but it would be kinda sick to
Would be
have a little,
cool.
like, do it at the same time. I don't know if it would be possible just with your work schedule, my work schedule, and just everything we got going on, but it would be sick.
If we could work it out, it would definitely be awesome, but I know you got some stuff you're cooking up over there for golf this year.
Yeah.
What kinda
Yeah,
things you be working on?
we got a little trip planned with me and the boys around here. We I reached out to Brenton. He wasn't able to do it. He's got some stuff going on. We would have loved to have him, but unfortunately he can't make it this year. But we're traveling on down to Augusta, Georgia. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna get to play a little bit. I mean, the courses aren't in great shape just because it is January, but just a group of my buddies. Well, one of my friends called me and he's like, "Dude, I've been wanting to go golfing so bad," and I've been taking online classes, and I've decided to go in person this year. So I was quitting my job end January, and then I started school the next week. So I said, "All right, let's." I was like, "Fair enough." So I called up all my buddies and I said, "Hey, let's go on a little trip," and they all were like, "Yeah, we're down, we're down." Everyone hopped on that trip like that. And I was
So
like,
cool.
there's no way. So I got the Airbnb booked. I've got all the courses picked out. I felt like a mom here picking out. I don't know if you can see this. I have a full itinerary
Dude,
of what we're
that's
doing
awesome.
each day with like location, everything. So I'm
Let's go
so excited. I'm
let's
so
dig into
excited.
that next episode, I'm really pumped. We gotta,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
let's do that. Let's kind of do our little challenge. We'll do the what did I call it? The Winter Simulator Invitational Match 1.
Bro, that's got like 7 too many words in it. We gotta shorten that.
We gotta come up with something better. That was just off the dome trying to come up with something.
Off the cuff. I
But,
I did write down some other stuff for this episode. Uh,
okay. You got
I wrote that was it. That
what is it?
I think we were still talking. We were in the waiting room to start this episode, and I wrote that down. I'm
This is
pretty.
my notes for the episode.
And I might scrap one of these. I put down swing thoughts. I don't know what I even had for swing thoughts. There was no part of me that wanted to talk about swing thoughts.
We don't have swing thoughts.
No, there are
That's what we
none.
had to tell you.
None. But the other thing, so the same buddy, the next one is hand placement. That was something I want to talk about.
Okay.
So it's kind of a funny story. Like, so about the beginning, I don't even know, probably about April of last year. No. It would have been beginning of this, like April of this year. I decided that it would be a good idea to switch up my hands and turn those puppies in, like rotate it so that I had more, because I knew I was trying to swing hard and I was trying to get across. I thought, well, if I close my hands, I should be able to get that club across faster. And to believe it or not, it worked for about 4 rounds. And then I started swinging everything like that. I started swinging my irons like that. I started swinging. And
Even had your putter like that.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And I it took me like I was slamming the driver, I was slamming it, and it worked so good. And then it just everything fell apart. I could not. That's when I started swinging. That's when we went on that trip. So that happened in probably April, and then I
Mm.
played a couple of rounds, and then in May it just fell apart. Like everything fell apart. I couldn't swing to save my life. I was swinging everything like my club head was all out of position. Everything was completely jacked up.
You even lost, like, the
And
driver, which had been working with
yes,
the hand
yes,
placement.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I lost everything, and I was so like I was like, what do I even do? So what I did is I literally I it felt so unnatural, but I went back to a completely neutral hand placement, and I just started swinging like that and swinging until it felt natural. And it took weeks, but I finally got back to where I felt comfortable. And now I can consistently swing. I feel really good. Like nothing feels out of place. But so this same buddy that I've been talking to and set this trip up with and everything, he hits me up and he's like, dude, he's like, I figured something out with my driver.
No. Don't tell me.
He's like, yeah, I just rotate my hand around. I was like, no,
Like, stop.
please don't. And then
No.
I kid you not, probably like the next week or two, another buddy hits me up. He's like, dude,
No.
I've been sad. I was like, please. Grant, I'm only a few months ahead of them. So Brenton got me started, and then somewhat got them started, but they kind of got involved because I had gotten so into it somewhat. I wouldn't say that I'm the sole purpose that they got into it. But so they're only a few months behind me in their golf journey, and I'm like, please, please do not. It ruined my golf game. My one buddy, he hit me up like, well, we've been talking about this trip, and he's like, you were right. He's like, you told me. He's like, you told me and I didn't listen. And apparently his golf game is just like falling apart. But I think he's back. But his game fell apart for like most of the summer. And I
That's
felt
awful.
terrible for him. And I was like, I tried to tell you, man. I tried.
Tried to give you a warning.
But
You might not
yeah.
get to play at Augusta National on purpose, but with that hand grip, somebody might shake one so far it lands.
In Augusta, yeah, there's a good
Lands an
chance.
amen corner over there.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember. I think I even did that for a little bit. Somebody showed me that. Yeah, man, if you just rotate your hands up on top of each other a little bit more, and I was like, "Oh, okay, and I like hit a few, and then I don't know, like it kind of works. I don't even know what makes it work. If you're like not able to like hit it, I was having trouble like even making contact, like decent
Yeah.
contact, and that helped me like at least make contact. I don't know, like I feel like you start making contact and then you start doing the other things that you know you're supposed to be doing to
Yep.
like add power and stuff, and it just completely ruins it. So yeah, that whole just rotate your hands up on and like have a super strong grip is just it's a
Mhm.
temporary fix to that
Yeah,
causes a
and it
much
creates a
deeper wound.
much bigger problem. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's terrible. I don't but it wrecks your game for a while. But
All right, dude. Well, I'm gonna be looking for your text on where we're running these 9 holes. We'll be doing this. Merry Christmas to you because we won't have another episode out until after New Year. So Merry Christmas
yeah,
and
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year. Hope you have a good holidays and spend good time with the family. But make sure you get your 9 holes in so that we can
We'll see.
go over
It's
that.
nice. My buddy, he just put a simulator and he said that he's willing to let me come play anytime I want. So I'm gonna have to take him up on it. I'm gonna have to take him up
100%.
on him.
That's so cool. That's so nice.
Yeah.
I love having one right here at my
I wish,
apartment.
dude.
I just
I
go
wish.
downstairs. The only bad thing is, like, it does get pretty busy, but typically, if
Mhm.
you go, like I'll go later at night, like 10, 11 o'clock, and it'll be empty, and I can just go in
That's
there
awesome.
and swing for a few hours, and super
Yeah.
nice. I love having it right there, so that's cool that you got access to one too, so you don't leave for your trip until like, we'll have another episode, and then you'll leave, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And
sweet. So next episode, we'll go over the match, and then we'll hit your itinerary, kind of where you're planning to play. I wanna hear about, like, the courses and kind of
Yeah.
the Airbnb and just kind of get the rundown on everything you got going.
Yeah.
So we'll go over that, and then the next episode, you would be back from the trip, and we'll get to hear the rundown of how it actually was and how
Yeah.
good it
Might have to
was.
I'll see. We might be able to film a little bit of content out there. I don't know. It probably won't be anything great. We don't have any like film equipment yet, but we're looking
We're
into it. That
scheming.
is a little teaser. Little We're looking into it.
We're scheming, we're scheming.
So,
But yeah,
yeah.
at least get some pictures we can throw up on Instagram and stuff. It would be
Yeah.
cool to have some pictures of it. I'm jealous, man. That weather's gonna be nice down there.
Yeah.
Just playing actual golf right now. I look
Mhm.
outside and it's like so cold and snow's still
Yeah.
laying on the ground, and I'm like, he's going down to Augusta and gonna be playing on grass.
Yeah, it's weird, dude, because it's like it gets cold at night, but then during the day it just gets up to like 60. And like so it's like our fall. You know what I mean? Like it's fall golf.
It's gonna be
But
so
I don't know.
nice.
I'm excited. I'm
That's
super
awesome.
excited.
Well, I'm pumped for you, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you about your trip next time.
All right. Sounds good, brother. Good
All right,
chatting with
buddy.
you.
Yep, you have a good one. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you after all the holidays.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, take it easy.